requesting no parking signs from 8094 to US 20 Michigan Avenue, Carroll Street, until March 3rd, 2024.
Alex from Butler Fairman's here. If the board has any questions that I can't answer. So this is Indianapolis Boulevard. Butler Fairman's working for the Indiana Department of Transportation, doing a survey of the boulevard between Carroll and 8094 for future work to be done on the boulevard. And so they're requesting no parking signs for Sunday, March 3rd, not
Through March 3rd.
not from today till March 3rd.
Gotcha.
And they will put up advanced warning signs. When I talked to Alex this morning, he said they probably put them up on Friday with noting that it's Sunday, no parking from 7A to 6P, and they'll remove those signs as they go through. To
Okay,
reopen.
it was asked if they thought about notifying the businesses that it'll affect. That's a yes? Okay, that's good enough for us then.
And we also talked about handing the business owners contact information in case there's questions about what's happening, that they can contact the state's engineer to find out what's going on.
Okay,
So I'd ask for your approval.
Motion to approve this request is submitted.
I second.
all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter B, correspondence received from Dennis Hensley, Hammond Hermits Athletic Association, requesting no parking signs from 10:30 PM to 6 AM along the facility's street perimeter. Is anybody here from Hermits? Forward that to engineering? Okay.
Motion to forward this matter to engineering for follow-up.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter C, correspondence received from St. Margaret Mary Church requesting street closure for the performing of the Station of the Cross on March 29th, 2024, from 2 PM to 3:30 PM with attached route submitted for approval. Did you see this route or?
Yeah, that's normally the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter D, correspondence received from William Short, Chief of Police, requesting the approval of Officer Roger Cardwell from the rank of captain to the rank of lieutenant effective February 26, 2024, with pay adjustments, and the resignation of Officer Emmanuel Guzman effective close of business February 15th, 2024.
Motion to approve Chief Short's request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Correspondence received from William Short, Chief of Police, requesting that Correctional Officer Ashlyn Delgado receive the promotional raise due to her effective February 27, 2024.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter F, correspondence received from Controller's Office requesting approval for the renewal of amusement device license for Pines Lounge LLC and Area 504 Nightclub LLC. Good with that? Yeah.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter G, correspondence from Dean Button requesting $170,575 of CIB funding to be allocated for the Dowling Park overflow improvements submitted for approval.
You should also have a copy of the agreement and the funding allocation. Funding allocation was approved last evening by the Hammond Capital Improvement Board.
Yeah, we have both.
This is construction engineering with Christopher Burke Engineers, who did the design engineering for the project. This is a 54-inch sewer outfall from Dowling Park Pond to Kentucky. And it's our first step in solution to solve the flooding problems that have occurred in the neighborhood just north of Dowling Park, particularly on May 23rd of 2020, where we had a 4-inch storm in 1 hour, and previous storms in the 2008, 2000 storms that came through there that affected that neighborhood. The project construction is being funded, the construction work is being funded by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, 75% with a 25% local match. All of those matches have all been submitted. The project's ready to start construction, and we'd like to hire Christopher Burke observation of this project since they designed the project and we need eyes in the field. So I'd ask for your approval.
Okay.
And that was approved by the mayor and the
Yeah,
city
the
controller.
controller and the mayor's signature on both, so
I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, Ms.
that's
Greenwald.
okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter H, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting $155 of CIB funding to be allocated for Marquette Greenway Trail from 150th to White Oak, submitted for approval.
Capital Improvements Board met last night. The funding allocations were approved there. You also have a copy of the agreement with First Group Engineering to design a short segment of the Marquette Greenway between 150th and White Oak, basically along the NIPSCO corridor that's immediately west of the Indiana Toll Road. So it's just a short segment. It's one of two segments that have yet to be completed in Hammond. Once that's done, will be completed in the Marquette Greenway through the entire city. I'd ask for your approval.
Okay, it was also signed by the controller and the mayor.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
President, request to go back to item 4, matters from other department heads and their representatives.
Okay,
I'd like to ask that the agenda, under old business, if you could add 4914 Calumet. Mr. Bartholomew and his clients are here regarding Jimenez Auto. I'm not sure why it didn't make the agenda, but it is up for status.
okay,
And then also, 2 items, Mr. Kearney's going to come up for his department for a round of bids regarding those bids that were open last night. He's got a letter. But first, I do want to bring up an issue. Mr. McKernan's here from JM Wrecking. There is so basic business is the, let me just give a copy for everybody here. As you know, Rosalie's and then basic business property that got knocked down recently.
yes,
The base bid, as you can see, was $138,000. However, a couple things happened after that made the bid go up. And so basically, this is a change order. However, I know that Mr. Kearney did update the board as to what was going on. It's kind of a fluid situation. I know that our controller is aware of this, but I think the proper process is to get it in front of the board and to allow the board to approve the increase that under Homan Avenue, that vaulting,
Right.
that historical vaulting that used to exist under the street that nobody really knew the extent of. There was some temporary fencing that needed to go up, protection for adjacent buildings, and really the big price was the fact that the state mandated Mr. McKernan to have an on-site environmental inspector there every day, Jeff? Okay, do you want to come on up and just, because you're the expert here, I just want to make sure the board hears from you.
Like Kevin said, that the majority of this extra was due to the fact that the building was never inspected for asbestos because it was unsafe, and our bid did not include any environmental work. So the state mandates a inspector and asbestos workers. Well, when we got into the building, it was loaded with asbestos. And so that was, the procedure was to have inspectors there, IDEM workers, to basically just, as we're wrecking, pick out anything and everything they see of any environmental issue.
And Mr. McKernan, is it fair that everything that you added on to your base bid was not items that you would have known about when you
No,
submitted
it was
your original
all
bid?
unforeseen.
Okay, and so you understand the importance of change orders? And
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'd request the board approve the increased price as a change order, and then that will, I think, be forwarded down to the, obviously conditioned upon the controller's office. I think they're aware, I'm almost positive they're aware of this, so, yeah.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we've checked with Megan, yeah. So she knows this is coming, so we would request its approval.
okay. So all we're doing today is approving the new amount, correct?
The change order amount.
Gotcha,
new amount.
okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
I'm going to give the amount, we're approving the new amount is $364,321 for the record, so. And all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, Mr. Kearney is going to present the board a letter on the bids that he wanted to get awarded for today.
These is awards for 28 through 34 Ruth and for 3323 165th Street, the old fire station. JM has been awarded, they were the lowest responsible bidder. presented a letter to you.
This includes both of them together? Gotcha.
Well, separate prices.
Separate prices.
Awarding both to JM,
Gotcha.
or requesting the award.
They were the lowest responsible bidder on both.
Okay, so 28 through 34 Ruth, the bid amount is $283,800. And for 3323 165th Street, the amount is $34,400.
That's correct.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
You guys
Accept
good?
them
Yeah,
both,
yeah.
We need a motion for both, Kevin.
Motion to award the bids.
Okay. Motion to award the bid as submitted.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. You added 4914 Calumet Avenue to old business. Do you want to take that first when we get there, or?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay.
Bartholomew's here.
Okay, we'll move on to number 7, new business, letter A, right-of-way permits. Looks like there's 2 of them received from engineering submitted for approval. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. There are 2, one being from NIPSCO, continued upgrade of their pole system. Just replacing one pole here, there, from March through July. So as you can see throughout the city, they're still doing this. And the next one is from Passion for Torrance Avenue, just to close from 311 to 317, just to do their work for the Bray Road, for their gates and everything,
Okay.
and their loops. So I would recommend that. And there won't be a closing that is at the same time. As you remember, there was several other ones.
Right.
So it's 1 week, right after another,
Okay.
they should be done. So I would
Okay.
recommend approval. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Motion to approve the right-of-way permits.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter B, garage sale permit submitted for approval. 6. Yeah, we're good.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Moving on to old business, we're going to start with 4914 Calumet Avenue, Jimenez Auto.
So there's only really a couple items left over, really one. And as you may recall, Mr. Novak was here last time that this was up for status and had to do with like some double parking.
Right.
So since that time, I know he was headed out there to take a look, but I think Mr. Bartholomew wants to at least advise the board of the status of it. And otherwise, I think we're at the finish line. The business license issue is being handled through collections at my firm, and I've been in contact with the controller and Ms. Serrano down in the controller's office about that. So as soon as I think the double parking issue is resolved, we're really good to go. So.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning.
My clients have reported that the double parking issue has been resolved. What we had basically was in the front area of the property, there was a parking lot. It had 2 rows of cars in one portion of the parking lot on the left side as you pull in, and that's been fixed, correct? The parking spots right now are clearly marked.
There's only one row of cars parked as we agreed upon that, we would get it fixed.
Yeah, because I remember striping was part of it for sure, so.
Yeah,
okay.
I think the only remaining question, and I don't know
I
if
think
Tom's not
someone
here.
else is only supposed to stop by.
I don't know if he has any commentary. The only question would be, is the striping correct, adequate for city purposes?
Yeah, so the only thing I noticed there was like one double parking issue on the north lot. When I went by, either yesterday morning or the day before, it was the aisle to reach the back was clear. The beginning of the week, it was pretty rough when I was on my way home, like around like 8 o'clock. But I think they may have been just moving cars around to get it situated where they could leave it open. So as of yesterday, the only double parking issue was in the north lot, which doesn't provide access to the rear of the property. Okay.
So, but you're happy with the striping and everything?
I didn't observe the striping. I think that was a permit that would have been issued through zoning
Okay.
to have adequate handicap and, spaces available for patrons. I believe they submitted that, and it was accepted by Tom Novak. So as far as that's concerned, I believe that's rectified. The only outstanding issue was the double parking.
Okay.
And we're good on the handicap issue. That was kind of explored at the last hearing. We had to stripe an additional handicap spot and put up a sign, and that's been done. That's been taken care of. So,
Okay. So this, from the city's perspective, we're good?
Yeah, I was just checking to see if I had received an email from Mr. Novak. I don't. I know he was headed out there, and if he issued the permit and they complied with the permit, I'm fine with that. They've been, I know it's been a long road, but they've been very compliant about showing up, which I appreciate. And I think, at the end of the day, it's become a benefit to the city that they were able to move across the street. It's cleared up all those issues, so I'm happy to have it off of status and move forward, allow them to just move forward. I'm working with Mr. Bartholomew on the business license issue.
So is no action
No
necessary?
action. Nope, I don't think so. Will not, the city's not requesting another status.
So from the board's perspective, thank you very much. Great job, and hopefully you're very successful there. So, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, we're going to move on then to letter A, status for 2314 Indianapolis Boulevard.
2314 Indianapolis Boulevard. This is Miss Arana. I didn't see if Sandy was here today. No, okay. So last time we were here, which was September, nope, whoops, look at my notes, Kevin. November 9th, Mr. Luter requested a new 90-day rehab agreement and a status. That rehab agreement expires today. So Mr. Luter is going to give an update as to where we're at.
All the rough inspections have passed. As we're well aware, this one's going to be more of a marathon than a sprint. This is the young lady that works at Emerald Green. She's working there to get the money to continue working. Talking with the contractor, he says as long as there's not a interruption of money, they'll be done in 90 days. They believe they can be done with the top portion. We're going to gut the basement and be ready to move in.
So we need something, status date just after the 90 days?
You need an amended agreement then for 90?
That's
Okay,
their
so
decision.
March, April, May. So probably if we could have like end of May.
So are we extending that at the same time? Or we're just going to go off that one and,
What we'll probably do is talk to Mr. Luter of whether he believes we need to go ahead and extend the agreement, but we would like to at least set it for status for the end of May.
gotcha, okay.
Motion to set the matter for status for May 30th, 2024.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, thank you. Letter B, status for 4350 Sheffield.
Morning.
Good morning.
We are scheduled to meet with the owner on the 26th, which is Monday, to discuss what's going to be going on with the property, so we're requesting a 30-day extension in case we have to do another inspection.
Okay.
Motion to set the matter for status for March 21st, 2024.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter C, status for 5213 Holman Avenue.
I didn't see it was on the agenda, so we
Yeah,
already
that's
dealt
the
with
same
that.
way, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay, that's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, letter D, status, I should have noticed that too, actually, so. Status for 944 State Street.
So 944 State Street, the order was entered back at the time it was before you for a demo hearing. That's been recorded as of January 25th. The owner's Lakeside Trust out of Sherrville. Mr. Luter reports that they did pay for an inspection. I don't know if I have that inspection report yet.
The rehab agreement is in their hands. They are weighing self-demolition against repair. We should have an answer next week, but just in case I ask for 30 days.
Okay, could we get like
I have March.
20, sure, we'll go 30 days.
Motion to set for status for March 21st, 2024.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Status for 63, letter E, status for 6349 through 6351 Jefferson Avenue.
Yeah, I believe Ms. Fulton is on Zoom, if I'm not mistaken.
Good morning, Ms. Fulton, can you hear us?
Yes.
So just to set the record, her father, Mr. Kimbrell, had passed away. She came before the board back in January and asked for time. We gave her time. We entered the order. However, during that time, she was supposed to pay for an inspection. I don't believe that has occurred, which is okay.
I'm on my way up there now.
What's that?
I'm on my way up there now to pay it.
Okay, great.
$150 so I can get the inspection.
Okay, so that's fine, and if she does that, great. We obviously wanted it paid for before today, but I know that there's always a lot of factors involved in why people don't necessarily get it done timely. What we're going to do from the city's perspective is to bid this property out for demolition, and that will occur in April. And as long as she's paid for the inspection and the inspections happened and we're moving along with the rehab, then we won't, we won't issue the permits for the demolition. But as you know, we like to keep the process moving forward. So as long as Ms. Fulton does what she's supposed to do on her end, Mr. Luter will do the inspection, and we won't have to worry about the demolition, but we will bid it out.
Did you hear and understand all that, Ms. Fulton?
Kind of, but so I'm coming up to pay the money for the inspection. I had the money, but then someone T-boned my van and I had to impound the van, and that's why I didn't have the money earlier. Now I just got the money.
Did you hear that everything that Attorney Smith just advised?
That is, I'm coming up there to make the payment.
Yes, and please do that. And then we're going to still bid out the bid, and it's going to be April. So as long as you pay it today and do everything you're supposed to do, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay? But make sure you do come in today and get that paid, so we know that you're serious about this. Okay?
Yeah, I'm on Ridge Road right now.
Okay.
My daughter had a funny nose and she had to change her clothes and I had to drop her off at school first before I could come.
That's okay.
Like I said, there's always a lot of reasons
Right.
why people don't pay, but it sounds like there are several. Could we have a status date for that April, is it the 4th? Or the 5th?
Yes, the 1st.
4th. Could I have a status date for that day? That'll be the day of the bids, but I think it'll also be a good day to make sure we kind of are monitoring what's going on with the property as well.
Gotcha.
Motion to set this for status for April 4th, 2024.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Ms. Fulton, make sure you pay today, and then we're going to have a status hearing on April 4th at 9 a.m. Okay?
Okay, can I swipe, do I need to make a money order or can I swipe my debit card?
Debit card's fine.
They say debit card is fine.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, I'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to letter F, status for 847 177th Street.
Obviously, the board's very familiar with this property. It's up in Robertsdale. It's the old library building. Mr. Sears.
Sorry, I said 177th Street.
117th.
That's what it's on here, 117th
Hi, good morning.
is the address.
So Mr. Sears has been here multiple times. The only thing I want to mention to the board is that at a mayor's night out recently in the first district, I was approached by a few neighbors of this property that were concerned about the status of it. I've explained to them that this property has been on the city's radar for some time, several years, and that it's just been a slow go. What I would like to have happen, back in August, the owners presented to the board the inspection report and kind of highlighted what had been done and a schedule for what they wanted to get done. I would like the board to ask Mr. Luter to go on and over there to get an updated inspection for us, so we could find out what's going on. And I'm not suggesting that the owner has to pay for another inspection. I'm just saying I'd like the board to get an update on where we're at, if it's consistent with what the owner has suggested, and just so we have more information, so if neighbors do come to the city, we can give that information and we know where we're at as well. So that's all I'm asking for. And then, of course, based on what the owner represents to the board on the status, I'd be happy to reset this for another status in the next, couple months.
Sir, do you have any objection with Mr. Luter coming and doing another inspection walkthrough so we get an idea of what's been done so far?
He talked to me a little bit earlier, and I told him I'm available anytime. He just gives me a couple hours' notice.
Okay, like Attorney Smith said, that gives us the ability to tell people that we've actually seen the progress that's been made.
Right.
And I think that's important, so.
And I think someone might have mentioned that the leaves needed to be raked, and I was gonna mulch it. My lawnmower was seized up. It's being repaired, and I do intend to clean up the outside of the property.
Okay. So you,
And obviously, the outside is one thing, right? But the other thing is, like, for example, like spring '23, they had fall '23. They were saying insulation, HVAC, additional plumbing. Winter '23, '24 finishes. Spring '24 landscaping. I just don't know if we're there yet, so if we're not, I just want to know where we're at.
Yeah, I personally, the board would like to know where we're at with it too. It's been going on a while, so.
Bill, how long do you need to get in there?
Speaking with Mr. Sears, he said we can do something next week. What I'll do is, I'll treat it just like a regular demolition inspection, take new pictures, and just update the previous inspection with what needs to be finished.
Okay.
And then he's got to report about the roof. I know that's been a major holdup.
Well, I typed up something, I gave it to the attorney here, and I'll basically just paraphrase what it is, that we have rotten wood around the chimney. It's a big chimney, it used to be a boiler, 5 foot wide chimney. And of course, the roof is metal roofing. It wasn't flashed properly. We've gotten bids. There has been some hail damage on the roof. AmeriPro's been over there. I've turned in a claim with my insurance company, Progressive, to investigate the claim. I'm still waiting back from them on the results of that investigation. Whether they approve or deny the claim, we're going to go forward as soon as we understand what their position is on it.
Right.
With repairing the roof, we were hoping to get a whole new roof, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But we are going to repair it. And once we get the roof repaired, then we're going to go forward with the installation.
Gotcha. Okay, so how much time do we need, gentlemen?
I'd say 30 to 45 days. Is that?
That's fine. I can do this next week.
And as far as the inspection is concerned, he's welcome anytime.
Okay. So do we want to do April 11th, something later than that? April 11th's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Motion to set this for status for April 11th, 2024.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, moving on to rental registration hearings. I don't see any. The meeting is now open to the public. Does anybody have anything they'd like to say?
Chris?
Doing a great job.
Thank you. We're good.
We don't appear haggard or anything. We're all fresh and bright-eyed, anything
And
like that.
bushy-tailed.
Yeah. Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in